Good morning and Merry Christmas. Um, I have something that I want to ramble about. I I don't know, I just want to get it off my chest and out of my head. And so I'm just going to say what's on my mind and hopefully it comes out and makes sense to you. I don't know. I just don't know how these things will end up or turn out. um, I've come to the conclusion that Um, well, for me personally, anyway, I've come to a place in my life where I've relinquished control of situations, of people, um, relationships, interactions. I've relinquished control and I just allow things to come and I allow things to go. And with that, I've found an inner peace, if that even makes sense. Because I think like there's a lot of tension that comes along with trying to control, trying to, um, I don't know, how do you say, make reality align with your vision, and you're constantly like putting forth effort to try to like connect the two. It's it's a lot. It's a lot of energy. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of tension, and I realize I don't need to feel that way. And so I've kind of stopped. I just kind of like take things as they come. And it's really interesting to me because you read these things in texts and there's, a lot of information out there that tell you to do this, but I think to actually experience it or put it into practice is a completely different thing. You know what I mean? But I've been putting it into practice, I've been experiencing it, and I've been feeling so much peace. For example, if somebody wants to be angry with me, I don't try to change it. If that's what they want to do, that's great. Because we can't change people, right? We know that. You can't change people. You can only change yourself. So if somebody is angry with me, I just allow them to be. I don't try to change it or fix it or repair it. But I give them opportunities because they have choices. You too, they have choices to, if they want to, salvage the relationship, I'm open to salvaging. If they want to leave, then that's fine too. I'm not going to stop them. And I know, like, that sounds like I don't care, but think about it. When somebody leaves, maybe it's their time to leave, or maybe they need to leave so they can kind of, sift through all the emotions and thoughts that they're experiencing so that they can get clear-minded about it. But either way, like, I feel like when you chase people, it's a form of desperation. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like not respecting the person's choice, you know? People choose all the time how they want to be, what path they want to take, what interactions they want to have, the kind of interactions they want to have. They choose. And it's not my responsibility or my job to change them. I mean, I can influence them, but then again, it's up to them if they want to be influenced. I can't force that upon them. And we wouldn't want that forced upon us anyway. So, I've relinquished control. I found a lot of inner peace. And by relinquishing control, I've just kind of let everything go. And I just allow things to flow. And if something comes to me, it comes to me. And I deal with it accordingly. And if something wants to leave, then I let it leave. I guess the season has come to an end and time to leave, And if they change their mind, then I may be receptive to receiving them again and I may not. And either way, it's fine. That's the thing. Either way, it's fine. And I think I think a lot of INFJs, I keep repeating myself, we've had inner conflict because we feel alone, we feel misunderstood, we feel a little disconnected, and we're trying to connect. I don't really care anymore. Like, if I'm alone, I'm alone. If I can't find worthwhile connections, then I can't find worthwhile connections. Um, if nobody understands me, then they don't understand me. But I've made peace with that, and I'm not trying so hard to find connections or be understood. And to be honest, ever since I've decided to adopt that mindset, life is so much more peaceful, and I feel so much at ease with myself because I'm not trying to chase, or I'm not trying to try anymore. I'm just allowing everything to be just as it is, including myself, you know? And I was having a conversation with my partner this morning, and I have an inquisitive mind. I'm a highly curious person, so, I want to understand the human condition, and why people do the things they do, and blah, 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 blah. So yeah, I have a tendency to ask a lot of questions like, oh, why are you doing that? And, you know, did you know there's a better way? Things like that, just to explore like thoughts. And I realized this is how my mind works. Most people can't handle that. They think you're being intrusive. They think you're overstepping boundaries, and that's fine. But that's how I am, and I accept how I am. And I tell people all the time, you have a mind and you have a mouth. And if something is making you feel uncomfortable, then you can use both of them. But a lot of people don't, because they're afraid, or, they don't know how. But it's simple. Like, if I'm saying something that is like, offensive or intrusive, then just tell me. And a lot of times I'm so busy exploring things in my head, I'm not aware. But if somebody told me, like, hey, I just don't want to talk right now, I need quiet time, can you stop? I'd be like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't realize, like, so simple. And I do the same to others, like, if somebody is like making a mountain out of a molehill, I'll let them like go on for a while, and then I'd be like, hey, you know what? I think you're overcom um, overcomplicating this, and I don't really want to talk about this anymore. I'm sorry, but it's simple. You just tell people, if you don't say it, they don't know it, and the same applies to me. Like, I'm so busy, like I said, exploring my mind and outletting and asking questions and wondering and trying to understand. Sometimes I get lost, and I need someone to be like, hey, stop. And I'll be like, oh, ooh, sorry. Yeah, I know I can be intense. I'm super sorry. I didn't know. But, if you don't tell me, I just don't know. And same when you're interacting with someone else. I feel like if you don't tell them something, they don't know. It's simple as that. And, you can take it personally and get offended, or you can not take it personally and take it as an opportunity to be more aware. We always have choices. We have choices, the opposing party has choices, and that's that. I think I've come to a place where I don't feel I need anybody to feel complete anymore. I don't need to feel like I need someone to understand me, or I don't need to beg anyone to be, to have this connection with me. I don't feel I don't need anything, because I feel like I have everything here, right here. And I think when we don't feel complete in ourselves, when we haven't made peace with ourselves, when we haven't accepted ourselves, we try to fill the void with things around us. And that is why we constantly feel that tension of trying and searching and needing. I don't need anything, because everything is here. And whoever presents themselves to me in the moment, I see them as an opportunity to become a better human being, you know? And if they're open to learning too, then we can learn together. And if they're not open to learning, then just let them go, you know? Anyhow, that was a 10-minute and 25-second ramble. I had no idea I was talking that long. Seems like a minute. Time flies when you're having fun, I guess. Anyhow, happy holidays. May you have a blessed and satisfying and peaceful new year to do and experience and to become who you are. All right. Blessings to one and all. Amen.